ay Archana Oinam, ay English ki Ozani. Hello students, we have been discussing a very interesting topic about the Olympic Games, which we all are well aware. We have seen the flag of Olympics, where we have seen the 5 colorful interlocked rings, and we have also seen that Olympic was revived by Pierre de Coubertin because he wanted a united world. Besides being a physically fit world, he had another motive in mind, that is to bring the whole world under one roof through games and sports. And not only unity, he also thought that there should be a purity in the minds of the player, or purity of mind among the sports player. And this purity is symbolized by the Olympic flame. Now, purity of mind is not only relevant, is not only necessary when we play Olympic Games. Whenever, besides Olympic game, whenever you play any games or sports, there should be purity of mind. Your mind should be pure, only then you will succeed. Now, in the Olympics, the flame symbolizes purity. As we all know, fire is a symbol of purity. That is why the idea of torch was conceived by German scholar Karl Dehm, thinking that it is an essential part of any beginning of any game, especially the Olympic Games, and which you also see in your Yaosheng sports also, where you introduce a game, your Yaosheng sports, with taking the sacred fire from the Kangla. So you all are aware of such conditions, such situation. So that is why there is always a torch bearer whenever there is an opening of any games or sports event, because it symbolizes purity. So don't forget, there should be physical fitness. The motive of any games and sports, why we play, is for physical fitness, unity amongst ourselves, and purity of our mind. Now, not only this 3 things does not make up, sum up the value of game and sport. There's also another important point to be remembered, that is oath. The oath taking, we take oath, we take promise. And what does this signify? What does this symbolize? It symbolizes fairness in competition and maintenance of the glory of sport. You are going to be a sport player, a player of any game or any event. Say for example, the Olympic players, they have to take oath. Why? Because they are under this oath, they are going to play a very fair game, and they are going to maintain the glory of the sport. That is why oath taking is also very necessary. Now, games and sports uplift the spirit of unity, purity, and sincerity among all players. That is why it is very important for players, to abide by the rules of all the games and sports that they are taking part in. Now, all sports players should carry a burden on their shoulder. And what is that burden? They should maintain good discipline. They should have very good behavior. They should be honest, and there should be fellow feeling. There should be love for one another amongst players. One player should not have another player. There should be no discrimination. So discipline, good behavior, honesty, and fellow feeling is what all sports players should carry on their shoulder. Means you have to maintain this. You have to maintain good discipline. Now, at some point in our life, we feel very, when we are angered, we tend to break all this rule. But in games and sports, you cannot break this rule. Then there's one incident where a European football player in 2004 in Portugal, by the name of Francisco Totti, he spat on another player, Poulsen of Denmark, and this incident happened. It was a match between Italy and Denmark, and it was a very bad incident. And Francisco Totti spat on Poulsen of Denmark, and for that he was banned for 3 matches, even though he apologized. Even if Francisco Totti went up to Poulsen to apologize, and he even, asked for holy forgiveness, but even if he was forgiven by Poulsen, he was banned for 3 matches, because you cannot disobey a rule. You cannot show such, bad behaviors in any form of games or sports. You have to maintain by the rule. You have to have a very good discipline. Another point you should remember, just now we have mentioned that there should be obedience, there should be good behavior, you should be honest, and there is no room for dishonesty in the field of games and sports. You have to be very honest. That is why a sprinter who represented Canada in the Seoul Olympics by the name of Ben Johnson, he was banned from competition for when he was found to be using drugs to induce his stamina. Okay, so there's no room for dishonesty. You have to play your game honesty. You have to win any game under your own courage, under your own strength at any condition. So we have seen many incidences, and one such incident was in the Olympics of 1936. It was a very memorable Olympic. Why? Because Nazis, the Germans under Hitler, they always looked down upon the American Negroes. There was racial discrimination. But what happened was an American Negro, Jesse Owens, he won the 100-meter race. What happened? Many Germans, or almost all the Germans who were there present in the crowd, they gave a standing ovation, or they applauded Jesse Owens for his performances, thus defying or going against the rule of Hitler. Hitler was really against the black community who were playing or who were black sports person. But forgetting that rule, the Germans, they gave Jesse Owens a standing ovation for his performance. And again, fortunately, Owens defeated another German, Louis Long, and Owens was congratulated by Louis Long after his defeat. And such incidents proves that there should be healthy rivalry and there should be a friendly spirit between players. That is why the very word fellow feeling was mentioned above in the beginning. And when we were discussing, I think I put down the point fellow feeling. So that is why competition should be healthy. There should be there should be love and respect for one another among players, and there should be a friendly spirit. There is no room for dishonesty, no room for racial discrimination. Not only that, when we talk about games and sport, we have to have indomitable spirit, and we have to be very hard-working. And one such example of a very hard-working player is Ramon Clarence Urey, who was born in 1873. He was born in USA in America, but unfortunately he contracted polio and he was confined to a wheelchair. But his hard work and indomitable, undefeatable spirit won him 10 gold medals in 4 Olympics. Now, all the while we have been talking about individual events. What about grouped events like hockey, football, cricket, relay race? What happened? What about when we talk about this group or team event? There should be team spirit, there should be teamwork, and there should be a discipline among the teammates. Now, discipline is the most important point, character to be maintained when it comes to teamwork. And one winning formula of teamwork is obey rules, obey the captain, obey the umpire. This is the winning formula for a team event. So obey rules, obey captain, obey umpire. This is how you can maintain your team spirit when it comes to team event. Now, we should always remember that when it comes to games or sports, there is no room for caste, creed, religion, and sex. No distinction of any kind. That is why in 1928 Amsterdam Olympic, women were allowed to play in athletics for the first time. So that very incident started showing that so women were allowed to play in athletics, and this showed that men and women are now equal. So there is no discrimination. There can be no distinction of caste, creed, religion, or sex. Then also yet another example where women have started, coming up to the equal level of men. In Mexico Olympics of 1968, Encarita Basilia Sotelo took oath with a man. And this is a good example of equality of sex. Okay. Then in Sydney 2000 Olympics, a woman competitor and an Aborigine, Cathy Freeman, lighted the flame, the torch, and This is another incident to prove that there is no barrier of color, race, and religion. Now the whole world is brought together. The aim, the motive of Coubertin is now fulfilled. There is unity, there is equality, there is honesty, there is discipline, there is good behavior, and now the whole world is under one roof. Now, one interesting thing, how Olympic Games have achieved, how successful it was, is from the very fact that in the 1896 Athens Olympics, only 14 countries participated. But in the 2004 Olympics, there were 203 countries participating in the Olympic Games. So this is a very good example showing that people now are moving forward towards equality, unity, and the love of games and sports have increased, and we have come under one roof, thus fulfilling the dream of Coubertin. So one message that we get from Olympic Games is that we should love one another, there should be cooperation, and there should be fellow feeling. We should love like the whole world together. We should bring the whole world together only through games and sports, and there should be a maintenance of discipline, honesty, respect, and good behavior. This is what the lesson is talking about. This is the value of games and sports. So when we talk about the values of games and sports, I think it plays a very important role in shaping our character, in shaping our identity. Even if we are sports player or not, when you play any game, even in your school compound or in your locality, my dear students, the thing that you have to maintain is you have to be honest, besides being physically fit, and you should maintain good discipline. There should be good behavior, and you should work hard. It doesn't matter even if you are playing here or there, or in your school sports, or in your college level, in your university level. It doesn't matter even if you are playing for Olympics. Game is game. You should maintain this discipline. You should maintain all these points so that you become a good sports player. And if you are representing for a group or for a team event, then don't forget the golden rules. And what is the golden rule? Obey rules, obey captain, obey the umpire. This is what you have to follow. These are the golden rules for you, my dear students, if you want to become a good and successful sports player. And besides this, what the lesson is trying to teach you, to tell you, is that whenever you have or whenever you play games and sports, it is a very valuable thing for your character development, for your personality development, because it induces in you, it promotes in you honesty, discipline, behavior, and love for one another. I hope you have you have understood the lesson. Do open your textbook and read the textbook, read your chapter for references, and I hope you have enjoyed my session. Thank you.